What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. So today, my winners, we are talking top 5 walleye baits during the summer. Let's get right into it.
Oh baby, is the game over?
Oh my god, that was sick!
Let's jump right into number 1. Number 1 being jigs. So jigs is probably the most common walleye bait in the market right now. Very high success rate with these baits. So you can either use the 4-inch flat tail, or you can use a swim bait or a curly tail grub. Those are 3 trailers that I love to use. So if you want to use the flat tail, and 4 inches is optimal length for these baits. You could jig these baits like you do usually in the spring, in the fall. I have a walleye jigging tutorial if you guys want to check that out, where I explain how to jig from shore for walleyes so you can put a lot of walleyes on your stringer. Another method is using trailers such as swim baits or curly tail grubs. This is more of like if you want to cover a lot of water fast. What I do with these baits is, instead of just jigging them, you could jig them, but what I like to do is I like to cast them and retrieve. Just a simple cast, retrieve, very slow, and just wait for that fish to come in and hit. So with these baits, I like to use a 6'6" medium heavy action rod. Fast action tip, that's the optimal rod to use with these baits. I like a 2500 series reel backed up with 10-pound Power Pro braid. Number 2 on the market. So crankbaits. Guys, you're out at night and you see a lot of walleyes porpoising, and yes, they will porpoise on the surface. I've seen it many times when they're chasing baits and it just sounds like it's raining, but it's the walleyes just smacking minnows on the top of the water. So you got 2 options. I either throw a shallow diver or a more deeper diving crankbait. You have to be willing to experiment. It'll make you a way better angler. So if they're not hitting on the shallow, throw the deep. So stick baits, hard jerk baits. These are beautiful baits for walleyes. They catch so much fish. So with these baits, you cast them out and you can reel in just a steady retrieve, or you can give them twitches, good hard twitches, pauses, twitch, twitch, pause. These are deadly techniques, deadly retrievals for walleyes with these baits. And I'm going to explain the rod and reels and line after, because a few of these other baits, they all use the same rod and reel and they fall into the same category. That's right, we have rattle traps. Alright, these rattle traps are so noisy in the water and they just simply catch fish. And I've noticed with rattle traps, they may even catch the bigger fish. I'm not sure what it is, but rattle traps, the bigger fish love them, and I've caught a lot of my more hefty size fish on these baits. So these, just like the crankbaits, you can cast them, retrieve them. You can even jig these baits, or if you really wanted, you can give them twitches just like a jerk bait. Now here we have the last but not least. So this bait, a lot of people look past it and I don't know why. I don't know whether they think it's an old school bait, but the spoon. This is a very lethal bait, especially at night. Guys, you throw this bait out, just like everything else, a steady retrieve. And the rods that I use, you want a 7-foot medium action with a more slower tip. Why you want a slower tip and why is it medium compared to medium heavy? You need give. You need a lot more give with these baits so that it absorbs the shock of the strike and you don't lose your fish. So with these spoons, crankbaits, jerkbaits, those past 3 baits that I mentioned, throw a swivel on there, a barrel swivel, because you can easily change out baits if one's not working. So guys, thank you for watching today's episode. That is my top 5 baits. And if you guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. Hope it helped you a lot. Have a beautiful day, and even better night.